Hello, students. Today we are going to start with the explanation of the chapter The Midnight Visitor, chapter 3 from Footprints Without Feet. Now, let's go through the introduction of the lesson. There are three main characters in the story. Number one is Osable. He is a secret agent. Number two is a writer named Fowler. And number three is Max, who is another secret agent. So the whole story revolves around these three main characters. Osable is a secret agent and he is expecting a very important report. What does this mean? That very night he is going to get some very important report. Another secret agent, Max, he wants to take away that report from Osable. For the same, he threatens him with a pistol and demands the report. This is a brief introduction of the story. Now, the Fowler, who is a young writer, he has already imagined about the characteristics, features of a secret agent. And for that very reason, he doesn't find Osable to be apt in his appearance, in his work, because he doesn't found Osable at all similar to what all he has imagined about a secret agent. And this imagination would have surely come on the basis of his readings or from whatever he has seen in the movies. Okay, according to him, a secret agent is fit and fine, is always healthy, active, thin, tall, always loaded with adventures and dangers around him. But when he meets Osable, he found that he is a fat, plumpy man. He doesn't have such kind of adventures around in his life. Moreover, he leads a very dull and a boring life. And this really makes him feel that he has made a wrong choice of thinking about his new story on a secret agent. Now, before starting with the text, let's give a brief introduction about the author. The story is written by Robert J. Arthur, who was born in November 10th, 1909 and left for the eternal peace on May 2, 1969. He was a writer of speculative fiction known for his work with the Mysterious Traveler radio series and for the Three Investigators. This was the name of that series, a series of young adult novels. He was honored twice by the Mystery Writers of America with an Edgar Award for Best Radio Drama. He also wrote scripts for television such as The Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock's TV show, Alfred Hitchcock's Presence. So that is how he was a renowned celebrity. Now, about The Midnight Visitor, let's first discuss about its summary. The story is about a witty secret agent named Osable. Witty, why? Because he is very clever. Okay, and when we'll read the chapter and we'll reach out to its climax, we'll realize that yes, he is really clever, really witty. He was with a writer named Fowler. Throughout the evening, as Fowler was interested in spending time with a secret agent. So it was Fowler's demand to spend the time with a secret agent, and that demand was accepted by Ausable because he was a secret agent. But when Fowler spends time with Ausable, he realizes that he is exactly the opposite of what he had imagined, and that he was a bore. So here what we see, that there is a strong contradiction in what somebody has expected and what somebody faces. There is a wide difference between the expectations and the reality. The expectation by the Fowler, who is a young writer, was that a secret agent are very smart people, they are very active, they are very fit and fine health wise, and they are always surrounded by dangers and adventures in their life. But when actually he meets in reality Ausable, who is a secret agent, he doesn't find him the same. Why? Because in the characteristics, in the appearance, Ausable is a plumpy man. He is not at all maintaining any body dimensions. Secondly, he is not at all surrounded by any kind of dangers, any kind of adventures. So he found that he is a bore. But to cut out this imagination, this thought about him, Ausable then told Fowler that he had been thinking wrong. He says that whatever you see, sometimes whatever you see is not the reality. Okay, the reality is something which you cannot realize. And he says that whatever you are thinking about me, that I am not at all a secret agent, so that is wrong. He is exactly the opposite what he had imagined. Okay, wrong, and that soon he would be looking a report that would change the country's future. And he adds a thrill to the Fowler that don't get disappointed after meeting a secret agent like me, because I may not come up to the mark, according to Ausable, that he may not come up to the mark on the terms of physical appearance or any challenging situations, but very soon he will be providing him a thrill about a report which may change the country's future. Why? Because it is carrying something very important regarding the information about missiles. Then Ausable takes Fowler to his room. When they entered the room, the guy with a gun named Max was standing in the room. Now, after spending few minutes with Fowler in the hall below the hotel, he takes him to his room, and while passing through the passage, Fowler can easily feel that musty smell. Musty smell means the place which is damp from a very long time. Okay, it gets the musty smell. He could easily feel that musty smell, and the room of Ausable was there on the 6th floor. This is a description given in the chapter. That is the top floor of that hotel. So when they reach there, and Ausable opens the door, okay, and they switch on the lights. They found that there is another secret agent, Max, to whom Ausable is familiar. Okay, is pointing a pistol towards them and asked them to be comfortable until the reports about the missiles arrived in 30 minutes, as he was there to steal the reports. What Max said, that fine, you can sit here for 30 minutes, because after 30 minutes you will be receiving the report regarding the missiles. And then what he will do, he will take away that report from Ausable forcibly on the point of the gun. This was the first adventure of many that Fowler had expected when he had thought of meeting a secret agent. So here what we see, children, that this was the first adventure. From here we can easily understand that how drastically the Fowler's expectations would have come to true, and his thoughts and imagination would have changed about a secret agent. Okay, While they were talking, Oswald started with a story about how a guy entered from the balcony last month below his room. Now, here we see the wittiness of Oswald coming into reality. From here, that witty character starts playing its role. Okay, and what Oswald starts doing, he starts to build a web of a story in which he is going to trap Max. Okay, and for that he starts speaking without anybody is initiating him, that the last month also the same incident happened when another guy, another man, another boy climbed up to his room from the balcony which is just below his room.